I know what you guys are thinking. Oh my god! Kendria has hair! Oh my god! Oh my god. Where are the squares at? My brother is scared of, he's claustrophobic, so we had 2 curtains up here, so my mom was like, just take down the one that you can't see through. I haven't done this in a while. I have to get into the swing of things. Look how big I am now. I'm ready to have this baby. I'm ready to have this baby. Like, it's only been like almost 7 months, but like I'm ready to have the baby now. So I think what I wanted to talk about today was Tiger Woods is not going to tell us what happened. He's not going to. He was obviously high, and he was obviously driving at the same time. And then his wife was like, oh my god, and had to bust the window open and get him out of the car. Or she did beat the crap out of him like they said on media takeout, but I don't know. You know, we don't know. He's Tiger Woods. Whatever, he was high, he was driving. It happens when you get a lot of money. You get high and you drive. Kirk Franklin did it. I don't know if he was driving at the same time, but I know he was high. I always say that this is gonna be my last baby daddy video, or like this is my last baby daddy vlog, or I'm not gonna talk about baby daddy anymore. Let's call him Watermelon today. Frank's name is Watermelon Day. Okay, Watermelon, he got into a really big fight about the fact that I was talking to this dude James or whatever. So he decided that he was going to, I guess, drop his whole life and just go ahead and come down here. I don't even know how to tell this because I've talked about it so many times. Me and Dorian talk about it all the time. Like, it's always something new. Anywho, he stops calling me. Watermelon stops calling me. Toast Strudel. Nacho Supreme stops calling me. And I'm like, what's up with that? You know, so I'm thinking that, oh, he's gonna be a deadbeat dad now and he's not gonna talk to me. You know, like he's doing the typical thing, that he's doing it, you know. He said he came down south and left his job in Syracuse and everything and was living with a friend in Atlanta. Atlanta, Brunswick, somewhere in that general area, even though Atlanta and Brunswick are like 5 hours away from each other. He was living somewhere in that area. And he had gotten a job. He had gotten an in-home assistant job. Then he writes me a message one day, which I think is like last week or week before last, I don't remember, saying that he was in a shelter in Atlanta. The father of my child spent Thanksgiving in a shelter. He spent Thanksgiving in a shelter. He didn't have to, but he chose to spend Thanksgiving in a shelter. Because his best friend and his best friend's girlfriend, which he was living with at the time, were fighting too much. Then he said he was at work and the elderly lady that he was watching after, she asked him about his personal life and why he was down here and blah, blah, blah. So he told her like all of his business, and his boss called and was asking him personal questions as well. And he said that he was being too real with her. So he got fired because he was being too real with her. And we all know what like being real consists of. Like, you've seen the Dave Chappelle show where they have those skits where like keeping it real goes wrong, because every time you keep it real, you look really, really ignorant and something very bad happens to you when you keep it real. He can't call me, and he wouldn't tell me why he couldn't call me, but he couldn't call me because he decided that he was going to have a cricket phone. Now, if you guys don't know what a cricket phone is like Metro PCS up north. So like if you leave up north, your service goes out. Like if I got a Metro PCS here in Lakeland and I went to Ocala, my service would go out as soon as I got to Ocala. Like that's how it works. So he decided that he was gonna up and move all the way down here without getting another phone first. So he has no phone service. I can't talk to him on the phone. Now, I'm not really upset anymore. I was kind of upset about it, but this is what's irritating me. I told him, stay in Syracuse. get a second job, save that money from your second job or your third job, whatever, and then use that as a deposit when you come down here. That's what I told him to do. That's what I said. That's what I suggested. He didn't do that. He didn't even get another phone like I suggested. Even Dorian suggested it to him, but he didn't do it. So like, now he's in a shelter, and he's online, but he's like, baby, can you look up the shelters in Lakeland? And I'm like, more than likely, he's gonna be spending his birthday, Christmas, and his birthday in a shelter. Because he didn't listen to anything that I told him to do. I even remember 2 months ago, my parents said, get him to leave Syracuse and we'll pay for an apartment so you guys can have a place to stay. They were gonna pay rent for me and him to stay in an apartment here in Lakeland that we didn't have to pay for. And he did it. He stayed in Syracuse. I don't even know what else to say. Okay, bye.